you? You guys doing good? I'm Corinne. And can I hear you?
Me? Can you hear me with this? All right. Awesome. I hope if I get electrocuted, you know it's why. All right.
No.
Well, good to see you guys. Good afternoon. How you guys doing? Good. Awesome. So I'm Corinne's husband, and this is my wonderful, amazing wife. Go ahead, honey. I'll let you start first.
Yeah. So my name is Corinne Alfaro, and we're so happy to be here. And like Jeremy said, he shared a little bit of us. We went way back. I've known him and served with him for a long time, and he's an awesome guy. So we are so excited to be here and be a part of the Young Money Savvy family for this event. You guys are so awesome. We've seen it from start till now, and talk about extraordinary things. Jeremy, this is amazing. So I'm glad you did this. This is awesome. So let's give Jeremy a hand and the whole team. Because this is so awesome. You guys' dream. Yeah. You guys are living what the conference is about.
Yes. And so my wife's going to be talking first, but Jeremy, I'm just so proud of you. I remember Jeremy actually plays the keys. He tickles the ivory for us at church and plays so beautiful. And that actually is very important part of our church because at the end, he's playing the whole worship set. And at the end, when I ask people to, if you want your life to be changed, raise your hand so I can see. So he's a very vital person because he's tickling those keys very nice and playing some John Legend, if you will. And no, not in church. No, he can play John Legend, by the way. That's cool with me. But because they get the feels going for the people, and they're like, hey, that's me. I need to change my life. So we love you. And you know what? Just a little side story I threw in my notes. My wife's sharing first. I'll share later. But one day I remember asking Jeremy. I said, Jeremy, what's your passion, buddy? And he said, you know what, Michael? Thank you for asking. My passion is to connect people or is to inspire people. He said that he loves helping people make healthy and wise financial decisions. That's something I'm going to ask you guys, and I'm going to challenge you. What is your passion? Why on earth are you here? You're not here to take up some oxygen or some cosmic space in the universe. And I believe that resources, money, serve that purpose for you. Why are you here? So I'll take a back seat. I'll let my wife go ahead and do her thing. By the way, I always say, man, God may have made man first, but He saved the best for last, woman. All right. So go ahead, wife, take it away. All right.
Thank you. Some people raising hands there. That's awesome. It's like we're in church. They're like, yes, the women. Well, I wanted to share with you guys a little bit of our story, and I know he'll probably share some things as well, but we started something called the Calling Church about a year and a half ago, and that this was something that was a call from God, hence the name, but that He spoke to my husband and I, and it was very terrifying. How many know just starting anything on your own, whether it's following your dream or a business, or maybe you're going back to school, it can be scary, and there's a lot of investment into it that you don't know where things are going to come from, like money, resources, time. How am I going to do this? So with my husband and I, when we first got called to be honest with you, I didn't want to do it at all because, and I'm being super honest, because it's something. I'm a very comfortable person, and I like all my ducks in a row, which is good to plan, and you need to plan. So for us, we believe in Jesus and God and a call on your life. So I know we have different people here. So when we chose to step out and follow that, something new out of our comfortability, it could be really terrifying. Mm-hmm. But when it's worth it and it's part of who you are and your purpose and what you're meant to do and what you thrive from, you got to go for that leap. So we took that leap, and everything kind of worked out when it needed to. But we want to talk about this morning just different things we've learned, and also being wise and preparing. And so the more part where I'm going to talk about this afternoon is kind of the mindset to have, to not be worrying, to not be doubting, but if you're going to go for something, to go for it with all your heart, okay? So the first two things I want to talk about is two dangerous mindsets not to have. So I think this can relate to anything in your life that you're going for. The first one is, I'll be happy when. All right? And the second one is, if only I had this. So it's easy to get in this mindset where I'll be happy when I meet that guy and we can get married. Or I'll be happy when he doesn't drive me crazy. I'm just kidding.
That's me. Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
You're married and no, I'm just kidding. But he's awesome most of the time. And so I'll be happy when I get my college degree. I'll be happy when I get this job. I'll be happy when I get retired. I'm tired of working. Stuff like that. If we're in this mindset of I'll be happy when, it's this endless cycle of you never being happy. Because once you reach where you're at, there's always then, the next thing. I reached it, but you kind of take it for granted once you reach it. I'll be happy when this happens. I'll be happy when we're married 30 years. I'll be happy when we have grandkids. But what I'm talking about today are things to combat that. The same thing with if only I had this. With starting the church, because we started from nothing. So it was just him and I in a dream. And we had about 3 other people, a couple and one of our friends, a guy friends that was with us. So we're thinking, how are we going to do this? How are we going to plant a church? We came from the most amazing church that had all the resources, lots of people. It was just excellent. And how are we going to give people that hope and have a place where they can come and just love and feel just overjoyed? And the reality is it takes resources and it takes money. So sometimes I know we got in the mindset of if only we had 50 people attending, we would be set. Or if only we had these resources, we could really help the homeless in our area. If only this, if only that. And you get in a mindset that can be paralyzing from you really reaching your purpose. So a couple things I want to talk about that combat this is what I've learned is 1, be faithful with what you have right now. Yeah. So I think that's super huge that you have things in your hand. It may be super small. It may be like as small as like a mustard seed or super tiny. It seems insignificant. But when you're small with what you have and you're grateful for what you have, you start working with that and the resources kind of just blossom and come. You make connections with people. I'm a strong believer in God, and I think He sees your faithfulness in what you do. So again, I know there's a lot of people here that aren't believers as well, but I would say the same principle applies to everyone, whether you believe in God or not. When you're faithful with what you have in your hand, it's going to start to multiply. So just like when you're going to plant a garden, you have this tiny little seed, right? So it looks like, what is that going to do, right? So, but when you plant it in the ground in good soil, it doesn't just shoot up right away, right? It takes time. But that one little seed, if you put it in the ground, one day will grow to this full giant oak tree. Or if you like flowers, a sunflower grows really tall, things like that. But it's about being faithful to what you have right now, not diminishing the moment of small things. Because when you're faithful with that, it grows to something you couldn't even imagine. So imagine if you guys had that dream. So think of what you guys want to do in your life, whether it's a dream to pursue a certain career or a dream to go on a vacation or something like that. Imagine if you don't even sow that seed. It's just always going to be this far off thing in your mind that's unattainable. But everything that is in your heart is there for a reason. So sow in that small thing. Whether it's you want to go on that dream trip, start saving. If you could only save $5 a month, that sounds so small, do it. If you want to go to Italy in 10 years, then you got to start saving now, right? And it's possible. So be faithful with what you have right now. My next point is, let's see here. Or I want to step back. It says, what does faithfulness look like? And we kind of talked about it. With saving. For me, what's really hard is me and my husband are in student debt, which can be discouraging, but it's a good debt to have, right? But if I think about that and just dwell on it, how am I going to pay this and don't do anything about it? It's always going to be there, right? Something I have to do. But if you're going to be wise with your money, talking about paying it each time. So for me, as a young person, I'm naturally a good saver. My husband's more the fun spender, but he's awesome. He's great. He doesn't do it crazy, but
you're spilling all the secrets here. Okay. I'm just kidding.
But so the mindset that we have with our student loans is we're being faithful with our payments. so that it can be paid off one day. If we go out and we're buying all these clothes, we're buying, we're going out to eat all the time, and we're forgetting about our payment, we're staying in that kind of, bondage to having to owe something for the rest of our lives. But if you're faithful with, say, your payment's $89 a month or whatever it is, when you do that, you're chipping things away, and it's gonna be gone one day. But you got to be faithful with the small. So that's, for me, with money, I'm just realizing the small matters, not the big chunks, because I'm probably not going to win the lottery, right? Most of us here, and just like the wonderful people before, a lot of us don't get $1 million in our 20s, right? Even though it sounds wonderful, like, yeah, I would pay off all this debt and do this and give to people. But it's about being faithful and generous in what you have now. Yeah. So enjoy what you have now and be faithful in that. I heard this quote I really love. Our pastors always say is, the great things of destiny emerge from the small things of daily faithfulness. Yeah. So I love music. And a lot of times in the music world, they can say, like, people are an overnight sensation. But it's not true. A lot of those musicians take years and years, gig after gig, to be noticed and recognized. And then just at that one moment where the world finally sees everything, they think they're an overnight success. But that's just what we see. But it's the hard work put into all that time going forward. So my next point, it kind of goes with it as well, is success is not a future event, but a daily opportunity and choice. So I'm all about the daily, about the present. I am a dreamer as well, but I realize I can't reach my dreams if I'm not living how I need to every day to reach those dreams. So when you think about success, what do you guys think about? A lot of people think cars, a giant bank account, maybe a family status. I have a husband, I have the certain amount of kids, or they're going to college. But success really is a cumulative of daily smart choices. So it's easy to look at the grand scheme of things. What can I do big? What can I do to reach that? But oftentimes that doesn't happen. It's every day. It's your choices. You know what? I'm not going to go out with my friends today. I'm going to stay home and study so I can graduate. Or I'm going to get that degree to be a doctor. Or, I'm not going to spend my money right now because I want to have an awesome wedding. And yeah, my friends are going out and doing all this, but I'm going to be faithful with what I have now. Or I want to buy that house. That's where me and my husband are at right now, is putting that aside rather than spending. So success is today, now, each and every moment. You're never going to have this moment back. It is so special and unique with your family, with your finances, with where you're at. So I encourage you, success is not some future far off destination, but it's your choice right now, what you can do right now. It's in your power, in your control. Back to musicians, one of the things, stories I really like is there's a guy named David Grohl. He is a drummer for the Foo Fighters, and he used to be part of a small band called Nirvana. Have you guys heard of Nirvana? Right? So I love the story he tells. He said that we were just kids practicing in a garage, and he was like, we just got together every day, and we sucked so bad. And he said, but every day we would just get together and practice. And he was like, one day we were Nirvana. And I just love that so much because I just really just feel his passion. And that perfectly illustrates the small daily faithfulness. In his mind, he's probably like, this is going nowhere. We're not good right now. But that practice and that daily faithfulness of sowing a seed grew into Grammys, grew into, that's his life now, that he gets to live his passion. So for me, I want you guys to remember that don't live in the mindset and the cycle of, I'll be happy when, if only I had this, because that is never ending, but to be happy and grateful and faithful with what you have now and have every day be the opportunity of success. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Good job. That's great. All right. Good job. All right. So my wife is actually the saver. She's the frugal one. She makes things boring. All right. I like to spend money all the time, make it fun. So we have Netflix dates that are just. I remember. So when we were getting married, we would actually plan out what was it called? Our budget for entertainment, our entertainment budget, right? And so it was $20, guys. That was not a lot, but we were being frugal, and we had dreams, all right? How many of you have dreams up in here? All right, raise your hand, because if you don't have a dream, I'm going to make you have a dream today, okay? You better have a dream, all right? You were made for a purpose. You are not a mistake. I don't care what you believe. You are not a mistake here, all right? You're breathing oxygen. You're here. You were created, I believe, with love, and I believe that God loves you. All right, I understand this is a financial thing, but I'm hearing a lot of God, so hey, all right, cool, all right. Makes me a little comfortable. So I'm a pastor. My wife is my co-lead pastor as well, and we founded the Calling Church simply on the belief that God calls anybody, don't matter what color you are, don't matter what economic status you come from, don't matter any, and especially in the world we're living in right now, people need hope. People need love, all right? And I think that is very vital when you tell someone you have a purpose in your life and you're called to do something great. And I love this. First of all, can you say this after me? I can. Can you say I can? I can. I love what Jeremy said in his motto here. Extraordinary things can be done by ordinary people. And ordinary people can do extraordinary things. I'm going to say that again. Ordinary people can do extraordinary things. You can make a difference. You can change the world. You can change your family. You can change your neighbor. Hopefully, pray for them maybe. Sometimes they're hard to deal with, or your coworkers, or your boss, all right? So you can change the world, all right? And Jeremy, I'm so proud of you. And I know you play the piano at our church and stuff like that, and I'm just so happy to see your dreams come alive. Because of your dreams, other people are being inspired today and are becoming a little bit more savvy with their money. So I think that is awesome. So today I want to challenge you. What is your passion? Where are you here on earth for? And I have 6 points. My first one is, and I feel very bad if I offend any financial planners or anything like that, but I believe money is just a resource. Money is just a resource. Money is just a tool, all right? Money is not, and I'm sorry if I correct the other dude, the love of money is the root of all evil, all right? It's not money is the root of all evil, like he was saying, he was right. The love of money is the root of all evil. Why? Because that love is taken away from God or from other things, right? Most importantly, God. We fall in love with the resource, and we're hugging it, and we fall in love it, and we pet it, and God's like, dude, that's weird. Like, what's going on here? I made that, all right? He's like, no, all right? That's not why you were made, okay? So money is just a resource, all right? I believe that you were created more for than just a resource, God. I believe that you were meant for so much more than that. And this world, a lot of times, we fall in love with the resources, and we go after the money. We go after the money. I remember I was 21. I'll never forget. I was studying at a Starbucks. I was doing a devotional. And I remember I grew up with a broken family in Pomona in the hood of Phillips Ranch, all right? It's not too bad. Phillips Ranch is pretty okay, actually. But the rest across that 71, pray for them, all right? And I remember doing a devotional. And I remember in my devotional, I said that I wanted to be an engineer, all right? Because if I was an engineer, and I felt like something inside me challenged me, I believe that was God. Something inside me challenged me. Why do you want to do that? Do you think that's what you were made for? Do you believe that's what you were created for? And inside my heart, I said no. I was going after the resources because in my family did not know how to manage money. My family were educated to make money. And I was just settling down for a resource. So I want to challenge you. Number one, money is just a resource. All right, you are made for a lot more than that, all right? Number two, we'll go to number two real quick because I'm moving a little quickly. Number two is money can help produce your passion. All right, we're in Pasadena. Jeremy kept it a little real right now. We're in Azusa, and we minister in Pasadena. I'll be straight up. We can't afford to live in Pasadena, all right? So we're saving. All right, we love the commute, okay? We're dreaming, and we're ministering. We're like, oh, my gosh, can we, Lord, help us one day, all right? It's an amazing community, but we can't afford to live there, right? And in fact, that community, in a financial way, and I think it's everywhere nowadays, is facing huge financial or housing crisis, all right? It's just a terrible thing going on right now. People who grew up in Pasadena can't even afford to live there anymore because of just the cost of living, all right? So number two, money can help produce your passions. I just want to let you know that generous people start when they are young. Generous people and I believe it's a promise of God that God makes generous people prosper because they're happy people. They're content with where they're at. They're happy with the little that they have, and they're walking around with a smile on their face, and they're saying, what I got is good enough for me, and I'm going to give to this charity. I'm going to give to this church. I'm going to give to this local community. And can I tell you, if you're a spiritual person or not, the world loves generous people. No matter what, okay? The world, there's a lot of non-believers in Pasadena, and they're like, hey, the Calling Church, that is pretty awesome. We want to help you out, all right, because you're loving people. Isn't that cool? So I think that the world loves generous people. So number 2, money can help produce your passion, all right? Number 3 is money is a terrible master, but a good servant. Money is a terrible master, but a good servant. You're awake out there? You hearing that? Don't allow money to tell you how you ought to live. You ought to tell money how you will live, all right? A lot of times people, I remember taking this financial class one day, a while back, and I remember dude said something really amazing. Most people don't know where money goes in their life, in their personal life, because they never told it where to go, all right? So they're always trying to figure out where it went, all right? I know that, I'm the spender here, all right? That's me. I'm always figuring, dang, where did this go? And I don't know where it went, or I don't know where it went because I never told it where to go, all right? So just on that, money is a terrible master, but a good servant. Don't let money rule your heart. Don't let the love of money rule your heart. You are made with a purpose. You are made for more. And money is to help you with your purpose. Money is to help fuel your passion. Amen? Or amen. Ooh, I'm in church today. All right. Sorry, slipped that out. I just got done speaking a while ago. Sorry. All right, number 4. Don't allow, if you have some issues with that, we could talk after. All right, sorry. Number 4, here's a big one. My wife was really chatting on this one. Don't allow the amount to deter your purpose. That's a huge one. You know, this is why I'm a complainer. I'll be straight up with you. I'm a complainer. This is little. What could I do with this? And I love what Jeremy said. Ordinary people can do extraordinary things. You can change the world with the little that you have. Do you know that? And you know, people love, I probably jump in my head and my nose, people love to feel or support and provide and feel passionate people. Come on. You know, in the marketplace today, when we started our church, the very first location we had, we're at another location now, the very first location we had, we were across the street from a Whole Foods. And in Pasadena, they're kind of uppity a little bit, so they have a Whole Foods here and they have a Sprouts there. And you know, that really inspired me because in the marketplace, people want authenticity. People want organic. People want the real deal. If you're real about your passion, someone's going to support you. Someone's going to write you a check. Someone's going to say, hey, I can lend you a hand. You guys out there, if you're passionate about what you believe in, it's going to be amazing. You're going to change the world, all right? And don't allow the amount to deter your purpose. Just might be TMI. My wife may hit me later. I don't know if I can share this or not. But we started our church in the city of Pasadena, one of the most expensive cities in all the state, maybe the country, right? With only $20,000. You cannot do a lot with that. And I was complaining and doing it with my fingers. What are we going to do? But we just did with what we could and made a difference. We just loved the person here and we loved the person there. And because we were passionate, other people came and other people supplied and other people said, hey, I can help. Hey, I can do this. All right, so don't allow the amount to deter your purpose. Right now, you may not have a lot. But if you, in the hands of passion and in the hands of God, I believe, you can go a very long way. Cool? All right, number 5. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do. All right? If you have a dream in here in this place and you want to do great things, just remember, people don't buy what you do. They buy the why. This generation is all about the why. Why do you do that? Why do you do the things you do? Why do you believe the way you believe, right? Why do you love people the way you love people? Why do you believe people have a calling on their life? Why do you believe money is just a resource and that I was made for more? Oh, people love that, right? Just like the way they love to go to Whole Foods and just like the way they love to go to Sprouts because it's the real deal, because they want the why and not just the what. We learned that from Apple, right? Apple developed their whole marketing strategy around the why. We believe that you deserve a great computer, all right? Not just the what. Hey, sign me up. I want that computer, all right? I'm using an iPad here, all right? And number 6, I'm moving a little quick because I know I'm running out of time. Yeah, it's okay. No, you did great. So, and here's the last and most important one. What are you leaving behind? I always challenge my community. I always challenge my church. When is the last time you saw anyone die and a U-Haul follow them? When is the last time you've seen that? Never. Why? Because you can never take your resources and your tools with you. They stay behind, right? So what are you leaving behind? What difference are you going to make in this world than the way you found it, than the way you came into it? And how can those resources fuel your passion to make an amazing difference? How can you find your purpose? Find your passion, because that's where your passion lies. Cool, guys? All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I think that was my time. Thank you. It was great having me and my wife. It was, Jeremy, I'm just so very proud of you. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here and be encouragement.
I'd like to thank one of our main sponsors, Miss Lanz. Feel free to check out her info in the description below. Also, take a look at all the rest of the speeches on our channel.